I've had a bunch of different careers. So I had a kind of an odd career. When I was a kid, I was a classical musician. I actually didn't go to college traditionally. I went to college for a little while, didn't work out. Like so many other people, I went when I shouldn't have and didn't even make it through a year. So by the time I was 19, I was going pro as a classical musician. I wound up in Barcelona, in the Barcelona Symphony as a French horn player. And that was a great career as far as it went. But then I changed when I was 31 years old. I left, finished my bachelor's degree, did a PhD, and became a behavioral scientist. That was 10 years of academia. And then I changed again and became a CEO. I started running a big think tank, a big nonprofit research organization in Washington, D.C. And that was great. But when I first went into that in my 40s, my early 40s, I was doing it in a particular way. I was muscling through every problem. I felt like I could solve anything that was in front of me because I was at the height, it seemed to me, of my intellectual powers. And about 5 years into that, I started slowing down. And I didn't know why. I mean, I had plenty of energy, stay in good shape. I tried to eat the right things, but I found that I couldn't solve problems as creatively as I had in the past. However, I found I was much better at coaching people than I'd been in the past. And I didn't understand why that was. I started casting about trying to figure it out, but my job was getting less and less interesting to me. I was less and less good at what I thought I was doing, and I retired from that at age 55. But I knew I had plenty left in the tank. So I dedicated myself to a research project to figure out what had happened to me and how I could dedicate the rest of my career to what I was really good at. And that's where this book came from. It came from a crisis and a burnout and a lack of a sense of meaning because my skills were changing. I felt like I was in decline. And what I found out was one set of skills were in decline, but there was another set of skills behind them that once I recognized them were the new source of power that anybody listening to us in their 50s and in their 60s and in their 70s, they can have their best possible version of themselves if they know what they're looking for.